All right, we snuck off to the side. I'm with Jeff Watkins, the new owner of the Comic Depot, and we've been trying to catch up to talk about the his acquisition of the Comic Depot. That's all right. You're a busy guy. You have a couple shops.
There is a Cloud City Comics and Toys in Syracuse, New York, celebrating our 11th anniversary. Man, next week. I forgot all about that. And then Comic Depot, of course, in Saratoga. There's also Cloud City in Allentown, Pennsylvania, that we're partnered with. So
Okay.
we're busy beavers.
So what was it about the Comic Depot that kind of, drew you to wanting to,
Short answer is everything.
Everything?
Like, I love the town. I always loved the store. I met Darren, and like anybody else who meets Darren, instantly the guy's like, he's just the greatest dude, and he's a passionate guy, and he spoke my language. So when I heard about his passing, I was devastated. I was glad to see the store was staying.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to Comic Depot, like, there's a feel. There's an actual, like, feeling you get, and like that is the intangible. And I love the staff there. I love the town. I love the street it's on. There's no way I could let it go. And people have been saying thank you, but it's not me. I didn't do anything. It's the team, the staff. It's
Mm-hmm.
those guys did everything. All I did was just meet awesome people and have a great time so far. So I'm just in love with the store, and it's one of the gems of the Empire State, truly.
And for the, it was kind of like a Christmas miracle that.
It did feel like that. It did feel like that, and it was just, you know how you see things, and like, I believe when someone says like God or Yoda or the universe or Buddha, that we're all talking about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you see the signs that it's the right thing, and I just saw the signs that was like, this is the right way to go. So much so that when I was setting up at Comic Con when I was a kid, like in like the early '90s, late '80s, and the first thing I ever sold was, it had my little young teenage handwriting on it. It was a box of X-Men trading cards, and somebody brought that to my store several years back and said, "Hey, do you buy stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "We bought this from some kid." I was like, "That's me. I'm that kid." And this little box became this, became the store. Yeah. So we go to the storage unit, and the Comic Depot had a box of comics, and on that box of comics was a picture that a teenage Jeff Wolverine, like, and I was like, "What? This is a drawing I did when I was like a kid." And
so you're originally from the area?
no, we just had done business on comics before,
Oh, okay.
and they grabbed a box that I drew like a picture on, and it was still sitting there, and I was like, how much more of a signal do you need?
Yeah.
Like, that is the right thing to do and the right place to go.
So, yeah, I mean, sounds like you're pretty happy with the way the stores operate. Are you planning on making any changes?
I mean, there's no immediate changes to make. The store is actually perfect. I think the changes that need to happen are like on the industry level. I think from production to distribution,
Mm-hmm.
like there's some things that the industry is facing in terms of challenges. But if we learned anything from comics, it's that challenges are to be met head on anyway. That's what
Right.
we've learned. Have we learned anything from comics? It's that when things are going sideways, we band together, we work together.
If I die, I'm going to be retconned. And,
Haven't had that one yet.
Okay.
That'd be great.
But are any events coming up at the store? Or?
We do a free comic book day coming up.
Yep.
Some of us taking a little field trip to Chicago for Star Wars Celebration. But
Mm.
so we've got some things in the works, so we're really excited. It's been it's tricky to pick up a brand new store too.
Yeah.
People think you just walk in and you're like, here we go, but there's a lot of administrative stuff that we've been working on. So now we're ready to just like full throttle move forward. And I love the Albany Comic Con, so this is my first time doing it with them, and I'm just having a blast, man. It's so fun.
And everybody, meeting everybody that
So
usually not regular at the store. Or?
I'm at the store weekly, sometimes more, and I've met so many people. And here's the thing: everyone's awesome. Everybody's awesome. Everyone's passionate. Everyone has like a sense of community. It's better than I expected, truly.
Well, one last question
Sure.
Before I let you get back out into the madness.
It is nuts in there. There's still a line to get in. The show's been going on 2 hours. There's a line out the door still of people to try to get in here.
So, are you currently reading anything that you would recommend to?
There are so many good books on the racks right now. Blackbird at Image by Sam Humphries. And Jen Bartel has got to be like the book of 2000 20. It's a masterpiece. I'm bummed that Saga is on hiatus, as is everyone that loves Saga. But like, I'm eagerly awaiting the return. Darth Vader, that just concluded, by Charles Sewell and Kevin Coley on art, was, I mean, just a masterpiece. Black Hammer at Dark Horse by Jeff Lemire has got to be the biggest love letter to comics I've read in decades. I'm sure forgetting a bunch of things too.
And speaking of Black Hammer, I guess he's doing a crossover with the Justice League this summer.
Stop. I didn't hear that.
I believe I've heard that, yes.
I mean, it's just a phenomenal. It's a phenomenal book. Dark Horse is putting out some phenomenal. Everyone's putting out amazing stuff. Boom Studios is putting out one hit after the other. Like, those guys just like can do no wrong. Ahoy Comics, this new imprint, is, I mean, they're just knocking out of the park.
I was just talking to Russ Braun, who was doing some work, and I'm going to be interviewing Ahoy Comics here soon. That's
phenomenal. The guys at Ahoy are good buddies, good people, and I'd have to set my alarm to wake up earlier to love them more during the day because they're just great guys. There's good books on the rack, and that's not even a takeaway from stuff that came out in back issue bins. Like, someone just asked me about the original Millar McNiven Old Man Logan, and I'm like, that's one of my favorite things that's come out of Marvel in like 20 years. So even everything old is new again. Like, there's stuff that's not even new that's phenomenal. The wonder at a comic store now is there's an energy.
Well, maybe we'll get a chance to catch up, sometime when you have a little more time and not.
I would love that.
And if you ever have any, promotions at either any of your stores, let us know, and we'll be sure to get them posted up.
You rule so hard, man. Thank you guys. Yes,
well,
definitely.
my goal is to just kind of promote comics in the Capital District and
so awesome.
All that. So
awesome.
Again, thank you again, and have a great show.
Thank you.